Which leads us nicely on to transfers. We've not many days to go before the old window slams shut, as we like to say. Boydie, coming to you first of all. There's been a lot of talk in the last couple of days about a certain Ollie Watkins and a potential possible, maybe a move to Arsenal. The news yesterday, Arsenal rejected a bid. Aston Villa rejected a bid for Arsenal. Ollie Watkins, despite the fact his family support Arsenal, he grew up supporting them as well, says he's happy to stay at Aston Villa. Is that the end of the matter?
No, I don't think it is. I mean, I don't think Arsenal would put themselves in a position where they've went out there and went after someone if there wasn't any incline that he was wanting to join them. I think when you look at, obviously John Duran was linked with a few moves before. That's obviously been done now. For me, looking at it, I don't think this one will rumble right onto Monday evening. I can't.
What, you think Arsenal will get him?
I'm not sure they'll get him, but I think they'll go back in again. As I said, football clubs won't put themselves in the position where they're putting themselves out there to be shot down, because there will be. That's why they've got agents. There'll be talks there will have been talks taking place beforehand. Would they be interested in coming? Do you think we can get a deal done? And they wouldn't waste their time. They would go elsewhere if they didn't have any inkling that there is a potential for this move to happen. For me, I don't think it's dead in the water yet.
No chance. Where do you sense this going, Clinton? Because, John Duran's gone, and we'll talk quickly about him a little bit later, but if Watkins goes as well, the cupboard up front is looking somewhat bare for Aston Villa. They're into the Champions League last 16, got that top 8 finish. I know Arsenal, of course, were still in the Champions League as well, but from a Villa point of view, yes, money talks, but it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
No, it don't, and they're linked to the likes of João Felix, Asensio, but these are not players. These are different kind of centre forwards, and they're not out and out centre forwards. They're more like creative players. Ollie Watkins is an out and out number 9 that wants to stretch, wants to go in behind. He's a natural goal scorer. So I'm agreeing with Boydie. This ain't going away. This won't go away. Obviously, they lost John Duran for a lot of money. If Arsenal make a bid for someone, and we know the thing with Arsenal side. So Arsenal are a big football club. If they don't go and get Ollie Watkins in this window, then there's a situation there. They have to try and go put all their monies into that basket to try and go and get Ollie Watkins. If you say that you're such a big football club, try your hardest to go and get it. If you're at 60 million, I don't know what the sum is, but if you go to 80, 90 million, and he's 29 years of age, Aston Villa will have to have second thoughts of it. Hold on, we might have to sell him. I don't think Aston Villa will. They'll be crazy to sell Ollie Watkins. He's so integral to the way they are and the way they play at the moment. But if Arsenal are serious about catching Liverpool, I think they need a number 9, and that is Ollie Watkins.
At 29, is that value, though? The kind of figure.
It's not value. It's not. Of course, it's good value for Aston Villa, but for Arsenal, it's a lot of money. Yeah. But if you think here and now you want to challenge Liverpool and you want to compete and win stuff, Ollie Watkins will still go at that level for the next 2 or 3 years because he's fit. He can even go beyond that. So it's not a deteriorating player, but you're not going to make no value on the player. That's what I mean. But for the here and now, I think it would be a good signing. But Villa would be crazy to let him go.
And it's not just about the money. So it's about the colliding of the ambitions of these two big clubs. Villa. Big club. So if they let him go to Arsenal, what does that say about the ambitions of Villa?
Yeah, and that's what I don't think Aston Villa will let him go. I think with Duran going as well, I think Ollie Watkins is integral to the way that Aston Villa play. I think we saw the progression of him under Unai Emery, and he's actually spoke about that. He said, I've developed as a player under him. So you think from a player's perspective, he must think, well, I'm getting better all the time. Aston Villa, like you say, are a club with huge ambitions. But then from an Arsenal perspective, of course, they need striking reinforcements. We've said that. Mikel Arteta's come out and said that. They've showed that by putting the bid in. So you can understand why Arsenal are going for him. But I can't see for 1 second why Aston Villa would let him go.
But one player they definitely have let go, Dawes, is John Duran. He secured that move to Al Nassr. He joins up with Cristiano Ronaldo. He's still only 21 years of age. I mean, the wages, as we would expect going to that particular league, astronomical compared to what he was on at Aston Villa. He's moved on to the realms of 320,000 a week compared to, I think, roughly around 75 at Villa. Listen, there's going to be the inevitable criticism. He's gone for the money, but he's only 21. When you look at his upbringing in Colombia as well, the way his family backed him through some really, really tough times. He's not had that many starts this season, 7 Premier League starts in all. Some spectacular goals. You can't really blame him, or can you?
No, I don't think you can. Everything will have played into this decision to make the move. Ollie Watkins is their main number 9. You've seen that. You just said what he started 7 Premier League games. So he's always played second fiddle. He's always come on, he's scored goals. And I'm sure when this opportunity came up, he thought, look, we've all had different backgrounds and we all look for different things. Would I have gone? No, I wouldn't. But my upbringing might have been different to what John Duran was. So I say good luck to him.
Would have fancied over 300 grand a week?
Yeah, probably would. I'd like that now. No doubt in that, and that's why people's heads are turned. I have never...
And the Ronaldo factor as well. You know,
Yeah.
getting to play alongside him, albeit at the sort of autumn of his career, however long that autumn's going to go on.
It's not the Premier League, though.
No.
For me, would I have done it? No, I wouldn't. I would have stayed. He's still on £70,000 a week, but he's not playing, so I can see why.
And also at 21, he can look at this and say, look, 2 or 3 years, fill up the bank account, come back, and I'm still only 23, 24.
Yes. Will he get the opportunity to come back to a football club like Villa? We haven't got the crystal ball, but I think he's made that decision. He's gone, and Aston Villa have to move on, and that's why I don't see any reason why they will let Ollie Watkins go. When I'm sat here on Monday night from 9 to 11, I don't see Ollie Watkins being an Arsenal player because they've let Duran go.
Yeah.
If Duran is still in the building, it might have been a little bit different, but it isn't. He's gone, and Ollie Watkins has to stay.
I must say to you, it's not 9 to 11, it's 9 to 12, mate.
Well, I think we're on 9 till 11, Clinton, aren't we?
Splitting hairs with that new haircut, Clinton, already.
You can go at 11 and Ollie Watkins will sign between 11 and 12.
For goodness sake. Look what you started, Clinton.
Look at this.
Let's move on to a name that's barely been talked about over this transfer window. That's Marcus Rashford. Boyd, he's not been involved in the last 12 games of Manchester United, wasn't involved in the Europa League. I mean, Ruben Amorim said interesting things to say. He said, imagine a talent like Rashford, our team should be so much better with him in it.
And it would be.
He has to change. We know it'd be better with him if his head's in the right place. I mean, the latest on this is that at Aston Villa, there are reports of interest, but at the moment not known if there's been any kind of formal contact. Where do you sense this story is going next?
Oh, where do we start? It seems to be every show we come on, we end up speaking about Marcus Rashford. He's going to have to leave Manchester United because I think when you look for a period of time now, he's been called out for his lack of effort in training from the manager, which you don't want.
Do you think we know the full story of what's happening behind the scenes with Rashford? Because it's easy to pick on him, talk about what we're hearing about attitude in training, but there's often more to this story than meets the eye.
There might well be, but I don't think Ruben Amorim is someone who is going to... I think you can tell he's a straight talker. I don't think he's one who's going to come out and make excuses. He's obviously came to Manchester United at a tough time. He wants it to work for himself first and foremost, but he wants it to work for the club. And if everybody's not pulling their weight, then they're not going to be there. I think for Marcus Rashford, he's now been called out a few times regarding his training. Listen, we don't see the training, but you can only, I would imagine, Ruben Amorim will be looking at it at the level, because the data's there. He'll go back to see what it was when he was at his peak, and if he's not hitting those numbers to what he's hitting now, then his training's obviously come down. Hence the reason everything else has dropped off. But there is no doubt he needs to get out of Manchester United. It's not going to go away. Ruben Amorim, I think he's being clever because he's saying, you start training properly, we're a better team, you can come back in. But I just think when your manager starts to call you out individually as well, he's not going to take any rubbish from players. I just can't see any way back from it at Manchester United. The Aston Villa one might be an interesting.
Do you see that